All right, this one is called It Wasn't an Albino Peacock, which is something you can say about most things, honestly. Almost everything, except for one thing. And it's by Neither Sheepherder 38. My neighborhood friends would come over, and we'd have bonfires. All of us around the age of 13. One moonlit night, while we were sitting around the fire, we heard the sounds of a crying girl. We all looked at the dirt road behind our house to see a strangely figured white blob that gleamed in the moonlight. This thing was really small, probably about 1 meter in size. That's 3 feet, for anyone wondering.
For anybody in the U.S.
Which is most of our audience. I'm sure there were some words like, WTF is that? Bunch of 13-year-olds. What the fuck was that, bro? Yeah, probably exactly like that. I had a strong urge to chase it, so I did.
There's always one.
God bless him, you know. It was originally about 60 feet away. Fixed it.
Interesting how this person's going from meters to feet.
They're not. Your boy does mental math very quickly.
So 20 meters?
Yes. It was originally about 20 meters away before I got fairly close to it until it ran into the woods. I stopped, stared briefly before getting chills down my spine, which caused me to run back to the fire. When I got back to the fire, they asked me to explain what it was. Even though I got pretty close, I could still not describe the shape. It was like as soon as I was beginning to realize what it would change shape. The closest thing to a scientific explanation was that it might have been an albino peacock. Although when I think back to my memory, the thing I saw was definitely not a peacock. And I can shed some light on that for you without knowing you or your situation or your area. I promise you it was not an albino peacock.
Yeah, they don't typically survive in the wild.
I can't imagine, yeah. Too proud.
There is a local here in Alaska, albino raven, they've talked about on the radio, but even that's pretty rare to have an albino animal because, for one thing, they can't eat because it's harder to sneak up. And if you're a prey animal, it's much easier for your predators to see you.
But if you're a preying animal, then at least you have your faith.
Yes. So
yeah, I don't know.
The blob turned into a peacock?
I don't think that's what it was. I think the way they described it was that they would focus on it, and whenever they got close to figuring out what it would change shape. And so he said the closest thing that he could think of was an albino peacock, which would be very strange. But I don't know, man. Like when I hear white blob, I think of several things, and one of them is the Fresno Nightcrawlers?
Oh yeah.
Is it night crawlers or was it something else?
I feel like it's night crawlers.
Yeah. They just kind of look like pants that are walking. Great.
I mean, most cryptids are hard to understand where they come from in the minds of people. Since most aren't real, there's a couple that could be.
Well, there you go, folks. We solved it. Most aren't real. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. But I'm not, if it's a blobish sort of mimicking, unattainable, I guess, visual thing. I don't know what to call it. But either way, you can't tell what it is. What's causing that? Is it more like a Lovecraftian type of thing where it's so scary or so different that we can't comprehend it without losing our minds?
Without coming to the conclusion it was just a peacock. Yeah.
Or maybe that's just what the aliens put in their brains so that they didn't remember
like a weird
what they really
memory.
saw.
Don't remember this. Don't remember this. Yeah.
It's an albino peacock. And then when they got back to the ship, the one guy's like, you made him see an albino peacock?
He thought it was an albino peacock. Classic.
That makes it worse because there's none of them out there, or not many.
That's true. Now him and his friends will always remember this moment. Damn it, Greg.
And eventually they'll get a regression type of hypnosis therapy and remember what it really is. And it wasn't a little white blob. It was a little gray.
Wow.
In the story I tell. And
finding solutions. As always, folks. You know what you come here for. Answers, damn it. Answers.
Maybe not the right ones.
Usually not the right ones. I'm finding. Anyway, this next one's called Under the Trampoline. And it's by At Night Tonight. And if you read that all together, it's Under the Trampoline at Night Tonight. Isn't that fun? Who cares? That's a nice little short one. Your favorite. What seemed to be a replica of my sister's friend was underneath the trampoline we were all sitting on. The end. No. She was near the edge, hands splayed out and face up with a smile. Creepy. While I was distracted by it, the girl who I thought was underneath the trampoline jumped out from under the other goddamn side. I was like, if you're there, then who's that? I was very cartoony as a kid and didn't grasp the possible severity of the situation. My sister either pretended not to or didn't see it, but about 5 minutes later, she pretty much said, okay, this is getting boring. Let's all go inside. That fucking thing was still there, and I hope to God it was a hallucination. I have to talk to her about it soon. I haven't thought about it in so long. Remembering it now is honestly making me cry. Thinking about what it could actually mean. It feels like my family always moved into haunted houses, having actually lived in one when I was still a baby. All right, let's get to it. Christian, what's the answer? Are we thinking astral projection?
I'm closer to a faulty memory.
A faulty memory?
I mean, this is many years later. And here's the thing with memory. You can have a memory, but every year you lose some of that memory or you can't retrieve it. So sometimes new memories form to fit in the missing pieces.
So you're telling me that there's not a single memory from your life that is etched into you?
It's typically altered a little bit.
Altered a little bit is vastly different from altered dramatically.
Well, and in some cases it is altered dramatically, but nobody else saw this girl.
Sure.
And that girl stayed there. Mm-hmm. Did the kid hit his head or her head on the trampoline?
Her spirit came out and was like, let's keep playing.
I'm always fascinated because even when you bring in something being kind of a hallucination, that still brings in, you still got to ask a lot of questions. You still got to figure out what's really going on. Why would a person hallucinate something like that? Is it a random hallucination?
Or is it the devil?
Yeah. Are hallucinations caused by your surroundings or maybe the energy or ley lines you're near?
Yes, of course, the ley lines.
Because otherwise, there's no reason for most people to have hallucinations unless it's something mentally that's causing those, or you've ingested something, or you have a fever.
What could you have ingested?
Something that is maybe illegal in many places. Yes, exactly. So
yes, these children on the trampoline ingesting narcotics, of course. It's all so simple.
And I sometimes wonder with some of the things we talk about, if there's such a thing as like mass hallucinations, which we kind of know there is, but
which we kind of know is bullshit.
But in some situations like this, there's just so many questions even that brings up.
The fact that, they didn't say that the sister was smiling like menacingly or anything, just her hands were splayed out. She's smiling, looking up. But I picture it menacingly. I picture it like, hey, nobody's going to believe you, like you're Bill Murray stealing someone's French fries.
It's the unborn twin manifesting itself in reality.
Yeah, definitely.
And the person that can see the twin was the other twin who ingested.
Oh, God. And here we go. Here it goes.
That's all I'll say. But everybody else kind of knows where I'm going.
Yeah, everyone knows where you're going, Christian. It's the same direction you always go.
Which I didn't even know was a thing until I read a Stephen King story many years ago where he talked about that.
What?
How sometimes there's twins. And
twins?
Then, like in his story, I think they found the tooth of the twin inside his head as an adult.
Yes, of course.
And that's how they figured out that he had ingested the twin in utero.
I ate the twin. I got hungry. I was in there for a long time.
Maybe it's just absorbing.
It is that. Yeah, I don't think they're literally going.
Yeah. And if they are, you're going to have a rough life when they're born.
Sure. It really do be like that. Weird story all the same. This next one is called Circle K and the Creepy Author. And it's by MTV Challenge Fan. Come on. Do better,
Yeah.
Anyway, just a premise. I'm one of the most skeptical people when it comes to the paranormal, and I'm often skeptical about the things on this page. However, always a however, I have had one inexplicable experience in my entire life that I have to get off my chest. It's eating me alive, damn it. No. And I remember it to this day so vividly. I've lived in the same city my entire life in the USA, and there was this Circle K convenience store very close to where I lived. At the time, I knew the same 4 or 5 employees at the store. The store only has one entrance, which also serves as the exit. Well, yes, it is indeed a Circle K. That is usually the case. And the parking lot in front of the store is the only parking lot. The store also has only one bathroom, which is designed for one person at a time. Again, it is a gas station. I don't see too many, multiplex bathrooms in gas stations unless you go.
Are Circle K's really that confusing to some people?
Yeah, there's only one bathroom. Wait, but what if there was 12? No.
It's not like it's just got one exit.
So back in March of 2011, I drove to the Circle K, and right about the same time, this white car next to me pulled up. I'm not sure what kind of car it was, but it was kind of a beater, to say the least. Right when I was getting out of the car, the woman driving the white car had gotten out of it. She walked into the Circle K. I took some time to empty out some trash from my car, and I entered the store about a minute later. Keep in mind, this woman hadn't left the store yet, and there was only one entrance, which also served as the exit. Man, we're just getting all kinds of information about this one door.
I feel like I can go to a Circle K and feel comfortable now.
I know, but at least I know that the entrance is the exit.
Yeah.
Aside from the woman who worked there, I was the only one in the main part of the store, so I just assumed the woman I saw walking from the car was in the bathroom, which I don't know if you're aware, only one stall, one toilet in that bathroom.
And only one person can fit in there.
Mm-hmm. And when they leave out the entrance because that's also the exit.
And do you know that they have drinks in big coolers there?
I did. Yeah, it's quite the place. You should check it out if you haven't. Hey, Circle K, sponsor up. You know what I mean? Anyway, I got my snacks and went up to the counter. I already knew the clerk well. We would open up to each other about many things. Wow, okay. And I had to ask if a woman walked in and was possibly in the bathroom. I just thought it was odd that this woman was using the restroom for close to 10 minutes at this time. Like, good grief, man. Let the woman shit in peace, okay? Maybe she had Taco Bell before the Circle K, all right?
Just go get your biohazard suit on because you have to clean the bathroom after she's done.
That does happen, yes. Anyway, I described what the woman looked like to the clerk. She was very pale, white, obviously, had black hair, brown eyes. She was medium height. How did you know what color eyes she had? Were you like that intently staring at her when she got out? Did you lock eyes for 5 minutes?
He takes his Circle K safety protections very seriously.
And this isn't even an employee. This is just someone that is at the Circle K.
Yeah, I forgot about
He's
that.
He's getting gas at the Circle K, yes. Brown eyes. She was medium height, and as soon as I mentioned her very low waist to hip ratio, she had an abnormally large butt and huge hips and thighs compared to her little waist. The clerk gasped, said, "She's magnificent, damn it." No, he didn't. She told me she knew exactly who I was talking about, and she also told me she was a regular customer. But what she said to me gives me chills to this day. She told me this woman hadn't entered the store on this day. I told her I saw her walk in right before I did, and she told me she was at the counter and never saw her. We were both baffled. I obviously wasn't just, quote, seeing things because the clerk told me I described a regular customer. And this was somebody I had never seen before. When I walked out of the Circle K, her car was still there, so I just sat in my car for 5 minutes, but left because I didn't want to seem creepy. And I never found out if she came back for that car. The only thing I can think of is the woman from the car walked in the store, was doing something shady in the bathroom.
Cocaine.
Maybe drug dealing or drugs, etc. Dealing drugs to who in the bathroom? Who's waiting for you in this small Circle K bathroom, which only has one toilet, if you guys weren't familiar, and was in cahoots with the clerk, and the clerk was playing dumb with me? Even though I knew the clerk, this doesn't mean she didn't have any secrets she wouldn't tell me. Other than that, holy shit, man, this is such a... Wow, got off the rails. Other than that, I don't know. She disappeared into thin air.
Maybe she was never there.
Yeah, you ever think about that, clown? You think about that shit every once in a while?
He saw the car when he came out, but did he touch the car?
Yeah, it just falls right through it. Oh,
maybe he's seeing something in a loop, like we've talked about with like ghost sightings.
We have, yes.
Maybe that just happens in general, Or maybe some people are more sensitive to it and can see recordings in time.
Or maybe Circle K is the exclusive spot for alien abductions when people have to use the John, you know?
Circle K can be pretty weird. I used long time ago, worked a graveyard shift there.
Does not sound
And you
fun.
see some interesting things working graveyard at a place like that.
Yeah. Shady. Why do shady people just like to hang out around gas stations?
Because it's the only thing open.
That's weird.
Sometimes
though, right?
at night when shady people are hanging out and they got food and drink.
Yeah, there was one time I was driving Anchorage. For anyone that's unfamiliar, is the fucking worst. It is the seediest underbelly of America. I can almost guarantee it. But I was driving home from the airport or something, dropped my mom off or someone off the airport, and I was driving home. And you know that it's not a Circle K, but you know on the outskirts of Anchorage, that gas station on the right, there's like nothing else around, just a gas station right there. I pull in there because I'm like, I'm gonna get a drink or something like that. And there's like 8 people just outside, and they all look like they want to rob me. Every single one of them. I'm not saying ethnicity or anything like that. I'm not racist. Some of them are white. It's a melting pot. It's America. But yeah, dude, I was almost hesitant to get out of my car. I pulled up and I was like, there's like 8 seedy looking motherfuckers just hanging outside the front door of a gas station. And you know what I did though? I got out of my car. I walked past him, went to open the door, fucking closed. So
they were waiting for the clerk to get out of the bathroom.
Exactly. Yeah, probably. But
the one bathroom.
Dude, I was like, of course. Now they can rob me. Now the open opportunity for anyone that wants to rob me. Here I am, locked outside of a gas station at 11 p.m.
Unacceptable, man.
I'm just saying, gas stations are weird places in general. A lot of kooky energy.
The Circle K I worked at wasn't a gas station. It was just a Circle K next to a Blockbuster Video.
That's even weirder.
A bar in the same parking lot or same shopping area. So that was entertaining when the bar closed. You got all the crazy drunk people.
That would certainly be entertaining, yeah. I don't know, man. What a mystery. But I named it The Author and the Pervert. I don't remember why. I remember why I named it The Pervert, because this guy was clearly a pervert.
Yeah, you did describe that lady's butt.
Yeah. Yeah, she had this, and this. And you saw her for 8 seconds as she walked into the Circle K? Yeah, it might have been 5. Fucking jeez, man. But he was a skeptic, Christian, so he was one of your ilk, you know?
He was not a very good one.
Apparently not. He believed something mysterious happened at that Circle K. But something did happen at that Circle K. A woman was almost stalked.
True.
But thanks to that clerk's quick thinking and knowing that the real pervert, familiar customer
You put a new spin on this story.
I did.
The clerk was protecting the voluptuous woman from a stalker.
I probably had a hard time hiding that fat ass, but you know what?
And then he wrote into Reddit like he was the victim.
He's like, I can't believe this woman escaped my grasp. Damn it, not again.
Mansplaining stalkerism.
Does it get any better than that, folks?